Check. Hi guys, Ken Uzinski here. Today let's talk about passing the faith on to our children. Now at the time that I'm recording this video, Janelle and I have 4 children. We have a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 6-month-old. So life is busy. And I gotta say, I love our children. And I assume Janelle loves our children too. And when you love someone, what do you want for them? You want the best. That's the nature of love. Love seeks the highest good for the one they love. And so if I'm seeking the best for my children, what is the best life that they could live? It is living the plan that God has for them. Living the best life they have is living the Catholic faith. And so for me, then that means I got to pass on the faith to my children. And how am I going to do that? Well, if I look at who has had the most positive impact on my faith, the greatest influence in my faith, without a doubt, it is and has been my father. And this is why.
Give you an idea of how we grew up. Every night before we'd go to bed, Mom and Dad would gather us into the living room, and they'd hand out the rosary beads, and we'd sit down and we'd say the rosary. And I didn't like to say the rosary. That sucker was like 20 minutes long. I was really excited when we discovered the Divine Chaplet of Mercy, because it's less than half that time. But anyways, we would sit in these nice comfy chairs and we'd get the rosary beads. We sit down and begin saying our Hail Marys. My dad did something different. This is what my dad did. He got on his knees. Day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, this is how my dad prayed. And when you have a father that demonstrates the faith with his life and with his words, it burns into your soul. I was branded by his example at a young age. You know, the people in my life who are my heroes, they're not people who walked down, they got the star in Hollywood Boulevard or got their name in headlines in the newspapers. My hero is my dad. And normally at this point in the presentation, I say, if he was here, I'd like to honor him. Turns out today he's here. I want to thank Dad. He's right over there. Give a wave. Thanks.
My father had a great impact on my faith. Why? Because he lived it out. He lived it and he prayed with us as kids. Now, there was an interesting study that was done by the Swiss government regarding passing the faith on to children. And they found that when a man and woman in a home are both devout, they have a 33% chance of passing the faith on to their children. But they found that when the father is not devout, but the mother is very devout, well, it drops right down to 2%. I mean, we're calling that slim to none because there was no fatherly example. But what if we switched that around? What if the father was devout and the mother was not? Well, it jumps right up to 44%. See, this tells me that a father has a great impact on the spiritual life of their children. And so, gentlemen, if you're watching this video and you want to leave a lasting legacy with your life, live your faith, pray with your children, and you'll store up eternal treasures in heaven. Fatherhood matters.